I'm pumped about Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I'm pumped for Warcraft 3 Reforged. Those are like the two that I really look forward to. I'm looking forward to The Last of Us 2. That's gonna be a sick one. There's a bunch of good ones coming out this year, guys. There's the new Pokemon game as well. Although I don't really know if I care about that too much. Should be fun. There's Warcraft Classic, World of Warcraft Classic. That should be fun. Cyberpunk 2077. Although I don't know, that one's probably gonna be a couple years. I got a list on my phone of games that I'm excited for. I've tried like updating the list every couple months with like more accurate release dates and all that. But what I've found after streaming for several years on Twitch, right? Generally speaking, games pop up that I haven't got on my list that I'm gonna play a lot. Like for example, Satisfactory. Satisfactory, I just spent a week playing, right? And that's a game I did not have on my radar whatsoever. It just sort of popped up out of nowhere. I figured, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try, and it turned out to be awesome. So I'm keeping my eyes open for what other people are playing, and you know, we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna play a lot more StarCraft though. I think Warcraft 3 is gonna be sick. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a really good one. Alright, I'm gonna go for a quick third. Unless he's blocking it. Then I can't, because I can't. Oh. Well, he was blocking it. He was blocking it. But he was a generous man. Good guy, Protoss. He didn't want to be a jerk about it. Double gate. So it's a Nexus first? Yeah, that's the Cybercore. That's okay then. My quick third base. That all of a sudden means right now we have to power out workers, man. Double chrono boost early on in Zerg versus Protoss is insanely powerful. Basically all 50 minerals I have need to be spent on drones immediately. I did make an overlord. Supply blocks right now are basically game ending. Alright, he's not even putting down anything. He's not building anything. So, yeah, now he is. But I guess that's going to be one adept for safety. He just built one gateway right there for the wall. That's okay, man. Must be an American. Sorry, guys. It's okay. It's a robo. It's a stalker. Gotta get a lair at a reasonable time. And generally speaking, you want to go up to about 42, 43, 44-ish drones against this. Usually this is going to be some sort of two-base play here from Protoss. Lowko, careful using the word wall. I'm going to arouse an entire country. Arouse? That's an amazing word, but... do people really get aroused by walls? Oh, God. I was just saying how you want to go up to not 48 drones. Oh, my God. That pause hurt. I autopiloted. A little bit of lost mining time. Very manageable, but unnecessary, right? So he's looking to take a base right now, it looks like. Hello, wakey wakey. That is so much later than you would normally anticipate. I think one mistake I used to make a lot in ZVP was rush up to what, 4th too fast. I can think about a 4th base right about right now, I think, at earliest. Maybe even a little bit too soon right now. But creep spread is looking good, and that helps. I think I'm gonna try and see if I can rush up to Brood Lords. What do you guys think? I don't do that very often. Thank you very much, Mike! Okay, Hive. Spire. It's a lot of frickin' immortals, guys. Not gonna lie. It's getting a little scary. Obviously, if there's one unit that immortals are really bad at, it is going to be those scary, scary big Zerg flyers. Get them, boys! Oh my god. Nice. Got the prism. I wonder if I should have added on a Bailing Nest here. Or a Lurker Den. I think both would have been a good option. Right now I'm kind of stuck on just Roaches and Ravagers. Or Roaches and Hydras, which is not bad to be honest, but it's a little difficult sometimes to win with this kind of stuff. Really, my win condition right now are Brood Lords, right? So that's what we're trying to go for. Okay, it looks like his army went back home, which is really good for me. Okay. Trying to just simply buy time. Killed the 4th base once again. Gave up some supply here so we can make some brutes. There we go. I actually never really went to too many workers here. Gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. I think I'm gonna go for a push right when these brutes finish. It's 5 brutes only though, it's not that many. Well, you maybe actually be hitting me. Don't really need to fight here with my ground army, to be honest. Why would I bother? Yeah. I can just fight over here. Reinforcing right now with tons of Hydroling Vein. He's probably making more Stalkers, right? Which get countered really hard by my army here. Actually, some of my brutes still live. Woo! That was a pretty good game. Considering I didn't play that much ladder over the last couple of, really the last couple of weeks. That was a super clean game there. The most vulnerable moment in this match was before my brutes were out. So if I go back a little bit. I think this is about the time that I go for the lair. Or for the Great Aspire right now. So I went for the Hive. I go for the Great Aspire. This is the most vulnerable moment. And the reason why you kind of want to set up these Zergling and Roach runbys is to buy time. Basically, you want to make a bunch of Corruptors and morph in like 8 Brute Lords, ideally. But good Protoss players have become really good at also hitting you in the face right before you get those Brute Lords out. So this is by far my most vulnerable timing. Which is why I'm doing these runbys and stuff. Just to try and force his attention elsewhere. Now, I didn't really jump too far here, although I did send a small squad of Hydras there to go after the Prism. Going after the Prism and a run-by at the same time, generally speaking, forces Protoss to go home. I mean, right now he's going to warp in 2 times at home, right? That's quite a big reinforcement right there that he's lacking over in the main fight. So he decides to go home here. My Great Aspire Morphin was a little late. I should have had that a little bit quicker. But overall, pretty happy with how that went. Right? That was a pretty clean game here in the end. And now once the brutes were out, I mean, Archon Immortal Zealot just does not deal with Brute Lords very well. Now, I don't know if he actually scouted the timing of my Hive. He did, actually. So he knew that he was on the clock. But I think him losing that Prism... Oh, sorry. Him losing that Prism right there must have actually triggered him to return. Because you can't really fight very easily. High Templar obviously are very good against basically everything. Oh, it was an hallucinated Colossus. Cheeky. I thought it was actually going to be an actual Colossus. Alright, that explains why he was still making Immortals when I finally did get to the other side of the map. I didn't realize that part. Alright. Yeah, so he decided to try and counter Brute Lords with like, Stalkers. And that does work if, like, Zerg doesn't have a big amount of army to support it, right? And this high ground abuser over here is really, really difficult to get underneath of as well. Like, how are you gonna fight this right now if you're Protoss with a ground army? Like, you just don't. You kind of need Tempest or something along those lines to deal with it. So he decides to go Blink, which is kind of like the reverse of an all-in, you know? It's like a defensive all-in. You cross your fingers and you hope that Zerg just has the whole army out of position. So he decides to run by here with all of the Zealots. I pulled back a little too much army there, but still. Worked out really nicely. I decided to reinforce with more Hydra Ling. Just because if he is going for Stalkers, I can clean those up very easily with Hydra Ling, right? I could go back to Brood Lord once again, but I kind of wanted to push my momentum here and try and snowball this in my advantage. Ended up working nicely there in the end. GG.